I have done a lot of book folding videos, and I often get asked, how do you do a 180 fold? What tools do you use to do a 180 fold? And as importantly, why do you want to do a 180 fold? So in this video, I'll cover all that information. First off, why do you want to do a 180 fold? A 180 fold will give you more bulk to the book, so the image will stand out better if you do a 180. As far as how do you do a 180 fold? A 180 fold is taking the page and folding it back to whatever length you want. I mean, it could be this much, a little bit, you know, anything in between. It's up to you as far as how far you want to fold this back. I usually fold it back about 1/4 inch, which is roughly about a centimeter or so, but it's not exact. And again, it's not a science that you have to fold it back always to a certain degree. Now, let me start off with a page. So as far as options, how you can do this, I'll start off with one that, and again, you do not have to do a 180 fold for your books, but some options of how to fold this back. And I have 5 ways to show you how to do this, and I'm quite excited about the last one, so be sure to hang out with me for this so I show you. You can certainly take a ruler and measure. You can certainly take a ruler and measure back, you know, let's say if you want to do 1 centimeter on this end, and then do 1 centimeter on this end, and then take your ruler and take the scoring tool, line up your marks, and then just score along the line. Now this is gonna be the most time-consuming ever, so I would definitely not recommend this option, but this is definitely one possibility of doing it this way. Next option for doing a fold, the 180 fold, you'll often see people referring to a slide from a report cover, and that's what this is. It has a little slot on one side where you slide the page on and then keep your report together. It has a plastic cover to it, and this is just the spine. So for this, what you do is you kind of roll it in, and once you're in, you press it to make sure that it's all the way to the edge, and then fold it up and press a little bit to make sure that it kind of creases it, and then that's where you have the crease. Now all of these will have the same creasing. Slight disadvantage to this is I can't see if I'm all the way to the back, to the, you know, I'm all the way to the back of this, to the edge, so I don't know if my slide is slightly off. You know, I mean, if you press enough, you make sure that it is, and then go up. But that's one thing to be careful with this, is that to make sure that the page is all the way inside the slide, and then again move up and move it back and forth a little bit to give you the score line, and then you fold it. So this definitely works, but it's always going to be the same distance. It's right there. That's how much you have with that. The next option is to use 2 rulers. You've seen some people mention that they tape 2 rulers together, and that's what this is. I just took 2 rulers. One is going to be, this is the distance that the fold is going to be. So you want to tape the ruler, as the second ruler, as far back as you would want that crease to be. So that's what this is. You set down the ruler and then score along the line, and then you have your fold right there. So this works. Again, this is definitely another possibility. Again, with this is you're gonna have just this distance. If you wanted to have another one, you're gonna have to create another ruler that has a wider distance, or, you know, if you can use the flip side of it and have different distances as far as the fold. But that's that fold right there. Again, these are all 180 folds. These all work. They're going to be different depths depending on what process you're using. If you've been watching any of my videos, you will see that what I've been using up to now is this, which is the hanging portion from a file folder. It's the one you hang kind of in a filing cabinet. So I took out the metal rod, and I did this because I was using this initially and I couldn't find it, so I needed something else and found this. For this, what I do is I put this down and kind of fold it over it and just go all the way down the line to make sure that the page is right up to the edge of my metal slide. And this has given me good results. It also kind of, as you fold over, it gives you that score line of where you need to fold this over. So this has been working. Again, the disadvantage with this is that it's one depth. So if you ever wanted to do different depths to give different dimension to the book, then this wouldn't work because you would not be very accurate with this. At that point, I would probably switch over to a ruler, but you know, that's an option. So this is my fourth possibility for doing a 180 fold. But again, you always want to be even from one end to the other to make sure that you end up with a clean image. Now the last option, which is the one I'm most excited about, and the tool that I'm most excited about is this tool that I created for the book folding. This is multi-slotted. It has, let's see if I can zoom in here. It does have 90-degree angle here, so that when you place it on the book, this edge here, you can see the little edge, that edge will catch the book, so it's not gonna go farther in than the edge of the book. So all your markings are gonna be even. So for this, if you want the first slot, now you just use a scoring tool and you just go down the line. If you wanted to use, and then everything is gonna be the same and it's already scored, you just fold it over. Now let's say if you're doing a fold where you need multiple lines, or let's say you decide you want that fold to do it, then you just score down that line. And then you obviously have this line to score as well as an option. So it's real easy and fast to mark 3 different score lines for your book versus trying to align things. So there's your 1, there's your 2, I didn't press that one as hard, there's your 2, and then there's your 3. So you can easily create 3 different score lines on the book with this ruler. And what I like about it is that it's super light, it's easy to use. You put it like this and you score it. And it can't get any easier than that. If you're interested in this, I will have a link below. You can join my Facebook group or check out the Facebook page. Either places, I'll link this video and you can send me a message if you're interested in ordering this. I can make these and ship them out to you. This will make your 180 fold much faster and less stressful that they're not accurate. Now when you do the marking, just something to keep in mind, if you're using this kind of tool, you can either kind of press against this slot or this slot. So but whichever one you pick, just make sure you're consistent. So if you're holding the tool at an angle this way, then always do it this way. If you're marking it in the other direction, always keep the tool in the same position, otherwise you're not gonna be as accurate. You can also use, this is what I usually use, which is also like a bone folder to mark it. You can also use one of these kind of tools to score it if you'd like. So if you just place it down on here, just go right down the line to mark it. And you can see now this one, you can see it's really small marking right there, and that was because I went against here. So if I were to measure this to kind of give you an idea of the slots. Now I do use my Incra ruler for all my book folding. But this, so your first marking, if you go against this slot, you're gonna be at right about 10 millimeters. If you go against that one, you're about 12 millimeters, and then here you're at 26, 29, and then 42 are the places where you can mark your pages at. If you're interested in this, contact me. I'm happy to ship one out to you. If you have any questions, comment below. I hope this video was helpful in the various options in getting a 180 fold. So I have them all kind of lined up here for ways you can create a 180 fold. Which one is the best? It's whatever works for you. I mean, if you already have this and you're used to this and it works great for you, wonderful. People use the ruler, the double ruler, taped together. I've been using this for many books, but you know, going forward I'll definitely be using this because it's just so much easier than trying to align everything on top of this to make sure that it's accurate. Please join my Facebook group and post your creations there. Would love to see what you come up with. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next project.